One of the most common questions that I get asked is, Federo, what are your AutoTune settings? Because your voice sounds extra crispy and it sounds super natural. Now, let me show you. We're going to get right into it. We're not going to even waste any time. I have a beat loaded up here by my friend, Grammy producer, Kaida, which is super, super dope, super amazing. So we have a beat. Now, the first thing with establishing like your AutoTune is that you have to get the foundation of your setting, of your session together. Now, I'm recording this with my custom vocal template for Pro Tools and Logic called the Federo template. And the first thing that you have to do is that you have to be able to trim the vocals down. A lot of people like using the trimmer tool, but I just like turning it down here for the vocal sake. And then setting the tempo is super important to me, is because even though AutoTune is not directly a time-based plugin, is that my reverb and my delays are time-based plugins, and they coincide with AutoTune. They make sure that I'm hearing what I need to hear. So always set your tempo on the session. Always make sure you set the key. What I like to do to set the key to a song is I like to go to a site called tunebat.com in case I don't have mixed in key or anything. I know that I could just go here, put in a specific file, go here, and then it'll render me the key and it'll render the BPM. A flat major, 130. This is just a random beat, so whatever. Okay, so, but this particular one is 93 and the key is G major. All right, so what I like to do on my retune speed is I like to have it between 14 and 9. The reason I like these settings is that it's a little bit on the heavier side. Yes, I know. And then also, I like this alto tenor vibe, right? This is only a little bit on the heavier side. But one thing that people have to understand is that for AutoTune to sound good, you have to practice your vocals. I don't care if you're a rapper, you're a singer. You have to practice. If you practice, you're going to be able to hear the pitch a lot better. You're going to be able to execute a lot better, because no settings in the world is going to be able to fix the ability for you to sing or not to sing. I usually like to have my humanize on 20. Now, the reason that I use AutoTune EFX is because back in the day, my favorite version and a lot of people's favorite version of AutoTune was just that basic one, the box one that had the 3 sliders, the hard, the soft, and the pitch correct. That was everybody's favorite version. They should definitely bring that back in the future. They have a version like that, but it doesn't sound as good. But this particular version here, AutoTune EFX Plus, is amazing. This is my favorite version. I've used all of them. I've had the subscription, but I keep coming back to this one because it gives me the same feel as the one from back in the day. So now that we got that, we got our headroom, 11.5. Let's go and load this up. So turn this off. And so we'll give it some practice vocals and we'll just do this all and take no edits, whatever. You're in private. You're in private. No. You're me in private. We just light off on it. No, touch on your body. I like that. It's just you. It's just you. It's just you, me in private. You, me in private. That sounds like the hook, okay. It's just you. It's you, me in private. It's you, me in private. That's why I say you gotta practice, but cause getting to the notes is super important. It's you, me in private. Love it. It's you, me in private. It's you, me in private. It's you, me in private. We should slide off something. We should slide off. You should slide somewhere exclusive. We in private. We should slide somewhere exclusive. Touch on you. We in private. We should slide somewhere exclusive. We in private. We should slide some. We ducked up. It's you, me in private.
We slid off somewhere exclusive in private. We slid off somewhere exclusive, yeah, in private. We slid off, yeah. And then also, don't do what I just did. Use a filter. Here we go. In private, we slid off somewhere exclusive. In private, we slid off somewhere exclusive. Touch on your body, for me, off somewhere exclusive. Touch on your body, yeah. Off somewhere exclusive. Touch on your body, off somewhere exclusive. Touch on your body.
And then find the AutoTune setting where you know that you can still do a little bit of vocal bends and it'll still sound natural.
Off somewhere exclusive. Touch on your body. Touch on your body. Off somewhere exclusive. Touch on your body. Off somewhere exclusive. Touch on your body. Off somewhere your body. Your Vicky secrets on. You ain't gotta tell nobody. Your body. Your Vicky. Put your body. Put your Vicky secrets on. Don't you tell nobody. Nobody. Put your Vicky secrets on. Don't
I like that.
nobody. Put your Vicky secrets on. Don't you tell nobody. Nobody. Put your Vicky secrets on. Don't you tell. It's on. Don't you tell nobody. No, it's on. Don't you tell. It's on. Don't you tell nobody. It's on. Don't you tell no. Don't you tell. It's on. Don't you tell no. It's on. Don't you tell no. It's on. Don't you tell nobody. It's on. Don't you tell nobody. Son, don't you tell nobody.
Emotion, and you have to have, when you're singing through AutoTune, you have to learn how to master your emotions and keep your emotions in place.
Son, don't you tell nobody. 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 We don't tell nobody. Cause you mine for the night. Cause you mine for the night. Tell nobody. Cause you mine for the night. Don't you tell nobody. Tell nobody. Cause you mine for the night. We ain't gotta tell nobody. We ain't gotta tell nobody. Cause you mine for the night. We ain't gotta tell nobody. We ain't gotta tell. For the night, we ain't gotta tell nobody. For the night, we ain't gotta tell. For the night, we ain't gotta tell nobody. No, for the night, we ain't gotta tell nobody. No, for the night, we ain't gotta tell nobody. For the night, we ain't gotta tell nobody. No, nobody. Nobody. No, no, no. No, night, we ain't gotta tell nobody. Nobody. No. Night, we ain't gotta tell nobody.
Okay, so now let's put some polishing on that. You see how quickly we can get that done. And also another one of the vocal tricks that I feel like brings the AutoTune out is I put like a pitch low on my vocal chain. So I'm recording this with my Federo template, and I always like to record with the template because it already gives me that sound that I'm looking for. Now in my chain, what I usually do, oh, don't do that, is I'll go here, fresh air plug-in, cool, we got the spider.
Issue me in private.
On here, we'll see this.
Issue me in private.
And I like that pitch low right there because it adds that extra depth that I need.
Issue me in private.
And it's subtle, right? So it's not, I don't want it overly loud, but I do want that extra depth on the bottom because I feel like sometimes AutoTune can make the frequencies a little bit thin. So what I like to do is just add that extra lowness on the bottom.
Issue me in private. We slid off somewhere exclusive. Touch on your.
And again, if you don't know how to practice your vocals, I have a songwriting course, and at the end of the course, it has a section on there on how to practice your voice. So check that out. The link is going to be in the description below if you need it. And this is how I learned. If you practice your voice for at least 30 to 90 days, you're gonna be more crisp. You're gonna pitch train your ears better. You're gonna be able to hit notes more decisively. So check that out.
Issue me.
So let's polish this up.
Issue me in private.
Whoa, yeah, whoa,
In private.
whoa.
We slid off somewhere exclusive. Touch on your body.
Yeah.
Put your pinky secrets on. Don't you tell nobody.
Nobody.
Tell nobody. 'Cause you nobody. Tell nobody. 'Cause you mine for the night. We ain't gotta tell nobody. Nobody. Tell nobody. Nobody.
Whoa.
No. Tell nobody.
So, whoa. So you put that on here.
We slid off somewhere exclusive. Touch on your body. Body exclusive. Touch on your body. Exclusive. Touch on your body. Your body. Touch on your body. Put your pinky secrets on. Put your pinky secrets on. Put your pinky secrets on. Don't you tell nobody. No, son, don't you tell nobody. Don't you tell nobody. Son, don't you tell. Son, don't you tell nobody. Son, don't you tell nobody. 'Cause you're my son, don't you tell nobody. 'Cause you're my son, don't you tell nobody. 'Cause you're my fun, nobody. No, nobody. 'Cause nobody. 'Cause you're my fun. Issue me in private. We slid off somewhere exclusive. Touch on your body. Put your pinky secrets on. Don't you tell nobody. 'Cause you mine for the night. We ain't gotta tell nobody. We ain't gotta tell nobody. We ain't gotta tell nobody. No. 'Cause you mine for the night. We ain't gotta tell nobody. No. We ain't gotta tell nobody. No.
Let's go over that. So we about finished.
Issue me in private. We slid off somewhere exclusive. Touch on your body. Put your pinky secrets on. Don't you tell nobody. 'Cause you mine for the night. We ain't gotta tell nobody. No.
That's how you do that. So we'll go back. We'll go over this thing. Okay. So it's just that easy. Again, the main thing to getting the perfect AutoTune settings is making sure that you have a setting that you love. I like 14:9 with the humanize on 20, but also making sure that you practice your vocals 15 to 20 minutes a day. Like I said, I have a course called Songwriting Mastery, and at the end of the course, it teaches you exactly what to do to be able to practice your voice so that you get better at hitting notes and becoming more decisive and training your ears because that's where it starts. Your foundation is studying your voice and making sure your voice can get to the appropriate notes to make AutoTune sound good. People just think that they're just going to load up AutoTune, it's going to just naturally sound good. No, it takes a combination of things. It's not only just the settings, but it has what you have with it. Even my reverb and delay settings with it complement the AutoTune. Even with the low that I showed you guys that I put on there, really complement the AutoTune. So there's all these external factors that complement the AutoTune. And what I like to do is I like to record it through my vocal template, thefederotemplate.com, the Federo template. And that template really allows me to bring out, and I can record a song in about 30 minutes to an hour. We can really make it quick. It's the same one that I use on all of my clients. It's super, super dope. So check it out. Try these AutoTune settings on yours. And if you want to run it through my template, link in the description. But what do you guys think? What is your favorite AutoTune